Hey everybody, how's it going? Um, okay, I'm so overwhelmed right now with this weird stuff, but I gotta tell you guys, this is at this point it's going over my head. So if you can put these pieces of the puzzle together and make sense out of it, then um maybe you can share it with the rest of us because I don't know what's going on. I don't understand this. So I'm gonna try to just make this as concise as possible, but this is gonna be a long one because there is a lot of information I want to share with you today. A lot of new information. But before I do that, I just want to kind of recap what we've already talked about before because for those people that are new to my channel and new to this video, you're not going to understand anything that I'm talking about unless you have a basic idea of what this is all in reference to. So basically, I started having these visions in 2010. I started the YouTube channel. I started talking about my dreams and my visions because I knew they were coming true after the fact, which is really weird. I know. I have no idea why. I don't know why all these weird people are attacking me. I have no idea who they are or why they're doing it. I've said all the time from the beginning, I don't know what's going on, and I don't even really like it. But if you go to my main channel page, you'll see a playlist called Proof the Dreams and Visions Come True. It's about 50 videos in there, somewhere around there. What happens is I'll upload a video to YouTube describing my dream, and then the dream will happen. The events in the dream will happen later after the fact. So, for example, right here on May 4th, 2012, I uploaded a video to YouTube talking about a dream I had of a jet crashing into a building. Then, a month later, a jet crashed into a Nigerian apartment building. It was exactly the way I saw it in my dream, okay? Everything you see in bold here are events that happened after I uploaded the video to YouTube. Like I said, you can go to my playlist, Proof the Visions Come True, and see all of those. But this video and what I've been talking about for the past, year or so is this strange pattern of fulfillments that have been happening in association with three visions that I had in 2011. So, for some reason, each of these visions was fulfilled not only once but twice. So, the only video you'll find on YouTube now, because this one was removed and this one I never uploaded, is this one right here, October 13th, 2011. I had a vision of a power outage, a hurricane, a volcano, and a circle with a line through it that looked like this. The power outage happened 2 weeks later, October 29th, 2011. It was a Connecticut early snow. The power was out for over a week. Then, exactly a year later, on the same date, October 29th, Hurricane Sandy hit New York. So that was the hurricane. So I saw a power outage and a hurricane in that vision. You can go watch that video right now. It's still on YouTube, on my channel, in my playlist, Proof the Visions Come True. Okay, so, that was kind of weird. But then, so there were like 2 years in a row that pieces of this vision happened. So I'm thinking, what? So, okay, the next thing is the volcano and this circle with the line through it thing, right? That's what I'm thinking because this one also came true 2 years in a row. The Christmas Eve fire, both in Connecticut and New York, just like we saw right here, Connecticut, New York, Connecticut, New York. So I first noticed this back in November of 2012. And I was saying, okay, you guys, look, maybe there's going to be a Christmas fire, Christmas Eve, a fire on Christmas Eve in New York. Sure enough, there was. Then again, here in August of 2013, we were looking at these patterns again and saying, okay, the next watch date is September 16th or 17th. And we had the DC mass shooting on that day. So the next date we were obviously looking at was October 29th. Well, nothing occurred on October 29th. However, there was an island volcano on October 26th. Now, this is where it gets really weird, you guys. I mean, it gets so weird right here. This symbol that I saw in the vision, I saw a volcano. The only thing left that hadn't occurred with this vision was the volcano and the circle with the line through it. Well, the circle with the line through it, I later found out, in fact, just a couple of years ago, that is the word island in Danish. So then, we started looking at it. Okay, so does that mean volcano island? Which then, got us thinking about the Canary Islands, because that's a volcano island. Okay. So why does that matter about the Canary Islands? Okay, so this goes into, I have this part in my book. This is the PDF version of my book. It's linked below. You can check it out. The book of Daniel describes this major event, and Daniel 9 specifically. And I go into detail on this. I don't want to go into too much detail on it here. I don't have time. But I explain it in detail in my book. It's linked below. I also explain it in several other YouTube videos. They're all linked below this video in the description box. I still get so many people commenting on my channel with questions that I've answered 1,000 times. If you wonder why I'm not answering your questions that you leave in the comment section, it's because I've answered that question 1,000 times, and I've also said 1,000 times that the links are in the description box. If you have any questions about this stuff, please check the links. I'm not going to answer it anymore because I'm done. I've said it so many times, I can't say it anymore. The book of Daniel does describe these events right here, everything you see in black. And this one's Revelation 12, 1 through 5. Daniel 9 was written, hundreds, if not thousands of years ago. And it described these events right here that happened in 2009 and 2012 in precise detail. 7 plus 7 Shavuots from this event right here until the birth of Obama. 62 Shavuots from this decree right here until Obama won the Peace Prize in 2009. 1,290 days from the time he took the oath until the idol of terror was placed in the hallowed fortress. That's exactly what Daniel says. From the time the oath is taken until the idol of terror is placed in the hallowed fortress. I show you the concordances. I show you all the definitions, okay? And blessed are those who are longing for and reaching for the 1335th day, which was the standard Jewish Feast of Trumpets. That all happened. It all happened. The only thing that hasn't happened on this particular chain of fulfillments, meaning events that are happening exactly according to the way they were written, the only thing that hasn't happened in this chain of fulfillments from the book of Daniel is the desolation of the city and the hallowed thing. Well, we know with this particular chain of events that the hallowed thing is the One World Trade Center. So the city, obviously by default, is New York City. But the key is this desolation is caused by a flood. It says that it's a flood that causes, the end thereof shall be with a flood. So the desolation occurs according to this chain of events, and we're told in Daniel that it occurs within the 1 week period, which is a period of 7 years. That's one definition for that. We know that period of 7 years started October 9th, 2009, and it ends August 31st, 2016. So that desolation, of which we know they're referring to New York City in this chain of fulfillments anyway, would have to happen by August 31st, 2016. But like I said, the key is the end thereof shall be with a flood. So then we go so that's the scripture right here in Daniel 9:26. I'm sorry if I'm going through this too fast. Again, I've gone over this so many times, I can't step through it slowly anymore. If you have questions about it, please watch those other videos or read the book. But the flood in the story of the flood, there is a 777 4 to 5 years before the flood. In New York, we had a 777 point stock market crash on the Feast of Trumpets in 2008, and 4 years after that, Hurricane Sandy hit New York. Okay, so um, what we don't know whether there's going to be a tsunami event having to do with the Canary Island volcano, but it does look that way. That's just my own opinion. I know a lot of other people feel the same way based on the dreams and visions that they've had that they know come true as well. So, I mean, it's a really weird thing when you have dreams and visions that come true. Okay, it's weird for me. Maybe it's not weird for some other people, but it's really weird for me. That's why I'm on here talking about it. I'm saying, look, I've shown you guys, I've proved this to you. I don't know what's going on. It's not me saying this. Um, but based upon the visions that I had of a nuclear event in New York City and also a tsunami in New York City, and also the visions and dreams that other people have had. So if you go look at some of my other videos, you'll see like Sid Roth did an interview with a guy who also had a dream or a vision or something of the same thing. I mean, he saw it. He said it was just like what happened in Japan, this huge tsunami and then a nuclear event. So in my opinion, that's what this is all warning about, but we don't know when it's going to happen. But we're getting all these weird patterns and just things that I don't know what it means, okay? This these visions that were fulfilled 2 years in a row were fulfilled for the seventh time on September 16th, 2013. So apparently they've stopped. This particular pattern right here has stopped. It stopped at the seventh fulfillment. So we didn't know whether it was going to be fulfilled again for the third time, October 29th in 2013 or not. We didn't know. But it looks like the pattern has stopped. It stopped at 7 fulfillments, which to me makes sense because 7 is such a key number in the ancient Hebrew texts. So we had 7 fulfillments of these 3 visions. Okay, now check this out, you guys. It's so weird. This is so weird. I don't even know. I don't even know what to think about this. Here's the 7th fulfillment right here, September 16th. A week after that, we had a 7.7 earthquake in Pakistan, and an island was formed out of that earthquake. So, I had to take pictures of this because my computer is so slow. That's not it. All right. This 7.7 earthquake that occurred in Pakistan. Right here on September 24th. An island, so a new island was formed off the coast of Pakistan during this earthquake. And they believe that that it may be a mud volcano, that the island itself may be a mud volcano. So remember, I was shown this symbol that means island along with volcano. I mean, you can go watch this video. It's still on YouTube. Volcano Island. Okay, so we're thinking, wait, so this volcano island right here that was formed, was that the next fulfillment of these visions that I had? And so I'm thinking, okay, maybe it was, but what about October 29th, I mean, is there still something that's going to happen there? And I thought, well, yeah, I mean, we're still going to watch that date to see if anything happens, but I don't know what's going on here. Well, check this out, you guys. It gets really complicated. Please bear with me. This is so weird, and it's not me doing it. The weird thing, the thing that was so, so weird about the 7.7 quake that happened on September 24th is that there was this YouTube channel, I've talked about this before, this YouTube channel that started uploading these videos on July 9th, 2013, saying something is going to happen in 77 days. I'll play it real quick.
Something is going to happen in 77 days.
Okay, and then on the 76th day, 75th, 74th, and they counted down to September 24th, which was the 77th day, and then they had this weird, I don't know, some ebook or something. I don't know what it's about. I didn't even look at it. Okay. But the weird thing about it is that here's July 9th when they started uploading the videos saying something is going to happen in 77 days. Notice it landed on what would have been the 7th day of Hanukkah if, bear with me, this gets real complicated, if the Revelation 12 sign was the first day of the first month. Okay, so this is this timeline right here. Remember, we had these 3 major fulfillments of Scripture last year in 2012? The Revelation 12, 1 through 5 sign, the really, really rare sign, it occurred right here. If we counted that as the first day of the first month, then remember we ended up with the second descension of Moses right on the conclave for the voting of the 8th king. Okay. So that's the green timeline right here. So on that green timeline, the 7th day of Hanukkah would land right here on the new moon in the first crescent of July 8th and 9th. Well, I was never even talking about this. I stopped talking about this timeline, I don't know, sometime in May, because we had all these bizarre lineups. I mean, all kinds of strange alignments all the way through March, and then it kind of dropped off in April, so I stopped talking about it. So I wasn't even talking about this timeline at all. But this random person on YouTube, I have no idea who it is, started uploading a video on this day right here on the 7th day of Hanukkah. Okay, try to remember that because, I mean, it's going to come up again later, the 7th day of Hanukkah. They uploaded these videos saying something's going to happen in 77 days. And then 77 days later, we had a 7.7 earthquake in Pakistan. That was the same day that Kirk Cameron's movie came out, which is probably totally unrelated, but I still think it's very bizarre because I had a dream. Remember, I had that dream about Kirk Cameron promoting a movie and then jumping off of a ledge with his whole family. It was a very weird dream. I have no idea what it means. And, you know, I don't know. I don't know, okay? But I just thought it was very bizarre that it all happened right here on this day. And that was the 7th day of Sukkot on the standard Jewish calendar. So what you see in dark purple is the standard Jewish calendar. So on the standard Feast of Trumpets, we had the NASA moon launch, the Virgin Galactic test flight. Then on the 7th day of standard Sukkot, we had this 7.7 Pakistan quake occurring 77 days after that weird YouTube video, the same day Kirk Cameron uploaded the showing of his movie, and this new island. Okay, now, if you guys can figure this out, please let me know because I have no idea what's going on here. I'm just telling you, okay? So what I did is I counted. Well, first of all, let me say this. I'm kind of, we're looking at these dates through October. Okay, here's the true Feast of Trumpets. Here's the true atonement. We had a lunar eclipse right here on the full moon. Then true Sukkot. And then I'm thinking, okay, there was this volcano that erupted on the true 7th day of Sukkot. But I'm still waiting for October 29th, thinking, okay, is something going to happen? Well, nothing happened. So I look back and I'm thinking, okay, maybe something's going on here with this volcano. So I look it up and I'm thinking, okay, where was this volcano at? It was in Italy, right here on October 26th in Sicily, Italy. And Sicily is the largest island, it's an island in the Mediterranean Sea. So I'm thinking, okay, this was an island volcano that erupted exactly on the start of the true seventh day of Sukkot. That's in royal blue right here. The true calendar, biblical calendar, the biblical true calendar. I have a video on it. I explain it in my book. It's all linked below in the description box. The biblical everything in the Hebrew text, exactly how they say to observe the calendar and how to calculate the appointed times, i.e., the feasts. How to do that. It's all in the texts themselves. So that's what the true calendar is. It's here in royal blue. These other timelines here, it all has to do with this stuff. It's complicated. I don't want to get into it, but it's all color coded. So this island volcano erupted on the true seventh day of Sukkot. And this Pakistan island volcano that rose out of the sea after that 7.7 quake, that also occurred on the seventh day of Sukkot from the standard Jewish calendar. I mean, this is so weird, you guys. Okay, but that's not all. The true seventh day of Sukkot, the day that this island volcano erupted in Sicily, was exactly 40 days from the DC shooting on that happened on the seventh fulfillment of these visions right here. Are you following? That was the seventh fulfillment of this series of vision fulfillments. The seventh one was right here when the DC shooting happened. 40 days after that was the true seventh day of Sukkot and the day the Sicily volcano erupted. Okay, that's not all. That is not all, you guys. This is, I don't know. On this very day, and you guys, I promise you, I did not know what was going to happen. I had no idea. Somebody sent this to me. Thank you to that person who sent this to me. There is this website that was set up on that very day, the day the Sicily volcano erupted, the start of the true seventh day of Sukkot, the 40th day since the DC shooting. Somebody set up a website. And I just got this. Somebody just sent this to me. They set up this website, and it's at www.2311344421.com. Now, if you go to whois.net and you search that website, you will find that it was created okay, you guys, I'm freaking out now. They changed the date since last night. I went on here last night and it was October 26th. They changed it. How does it change like that? I swear to you. I swear to you. Oh, that is weird. That is really weird. It was October 26th. But anyway, this website, and I screenshotted the website because it goes through really fast. If you go to this website, www.thisaddress.com, um, it'll play this video right here. And I'm just going to play it for you real quick. Oh, it's right here. Oh, I'm so glad I recorded this last night. Okay, it's right here, you guys. I forgot. I recorded this last night. This is proof right here. Last night, I went on this website and look at the creation date. Oh, I'm so glad I recorded this last night. Look at the creation date right here, October 26th. Okay. Um, okay. I'm sorry. I'm just freaking out right now. I don't understand this. I'm just trying. October 26th. You saw that, right? I went on the Who's Who website last night. Um, I'm sorry, the Who Is website. See that? I went on their website last night, and it said on there last night that the creation date for this website was October 26th. See right there, October 26th. Okay, um, that's right here. So this website was created, according to Who Is, last night anyway. I don't know why they changed it today. That's weird to me. I don't know, because as far as I know, you can't change the date that your website was created. So I don't know how that happened. It's One and One is the network that's, or the whatever you call it, the company that's hosting them. But anyway, last night, as you can see, it said that website was created on the 26th, which is right here. Okay, so I watched this thing a couple of times, and you can go watch it yourself. It just all the website does is it just plays this video over and over and over again. So as I'm watching it, I noticed that I noticed a couple of things. Okay, right here, you'll notice that he circles around 5 times. So watch this. Okay, now watch. One, two, three, four, five. Okay, did you see that? Now watch. He's gonna scroll through these. Now watch. Watch how many times he scrolls through. He scrolls through 5 times. Okay, watch. One, two, three, four. And then he pauses. 5. Okay, did you see that? All right, now watch this. I don't know what this is about. I have no idea what it's about, but watch. Okay. Run away. This is backward. This word is backwards. Run away. Watch. Now, this word is backwards as well. Sector, New York, water. It's backwards. You guys, I promise you, I don't know what this is about, okay? But this website, go check it out yourself. This website was set up right here on the true seventh day of Sukkot, the day the Sicily Island volcano erupted, 40 days from the DC shooting. And it's warning about New York. Sector New York water, run away. That's all it says. Run away, sector New York water. So I am just weirded out right now. And I can't even understand this, but there's more. There's more. There's a lot more. Okay. Um, so then I count. So that was 40 days after the DC shooting that all occurred right there, right? On the seventh day of Sukkot, which we all know is like this really important day in the Hebrew text. But then I decided to count 40 days from the 7.7 quake. So I counted 40 days from that, and it landed on the solar eclipse right here that's coming up next this Sunday. Okay. So I thought, okay, I don't know what's up with that. And then I decided to count Let's see, what's the next one? I decided to count 77 days from the 7.7 quake, and it landed right here on December 10th, which is day 12 of what? Okay, Hanukkah I know is an 8-day feast, um, but have you ever heard of the 12 days of Christmas? And we know 12 is this really important number in the text, so I thought, wow, it's on the 12th day. If you started counting on the first day of Hanukkah, the 12th day would land right here. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with this is the thing. I don't know, but that's 77 days from the 7.7. So like I said, there's some kind of code in here. I don't know. I don't know. There's something going on here that it's not a coincidence. That's all I know for sure. Okay. Here's the other thing. I think I went through all of that. Okay, the next portion of this. November 28th. Okay, you probably heard about this. It's Thanksgiving Day. It also just happens to be the first day of Hanukkah on the standard Jewish calendar, which I guess is really really rare. Um, but that's not it. November 28th is also the day that Comet Ison reaches its perihelion. Okay, signs in the sun, moon, and the stars. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. That's what the texts say. They said there will be signs in the sun, the moon, and the stars. So I'm not. I don't. I'm not saying anything is going to happen. I'm just telling you this really looks like Comet Ison is a sign, and I don't even know why. I don't know what. I don't know, but its perihelion is on November 28th, right here. That's when it reaches its closest approach to the sun. Okay, so we know the Mayans had talked about something descending and becoming visible this year. I talk about it in my book. It may be Comet Ison that they're referring to because Ison is descending. It's coming from north of the ecliptic. So I don't know. Why they would. It's odd to me. The Mayans had some very similar stories that perfectly coincide with what the Hebrews had said. So I mean, the Hebrews and the Mayans, they have some very very similar stories. So I mean, I don't know. Maybe they're both pointing at this comet. Maybe they knew about it. They were astronomers. I don't know. So I'm not saying anything's going to happen on this day. Okay, I just want to make sure that you guys know that I'm not saying that. I don't do that. I don't. I used to be blown away by these things and I used to think, oh, something's going to happen on that day. Well, now I don't do that anymore because now I'm like, I don't know what's going to happen. Nobody does. I mean, for all I know, all we'll get on this day here is more pieces of the puzzle. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying something's going to happen on this day, but I just think it's very, very, who knows, maybe something will. I don't know. Okay, that's all I'm saying. But so that's Comet Ison. Its perihelion is on November 28th, which is the first day of Hanukkah and is also Thanksgiving Day. Okay, that's not true Hanukkah, that's the standard Jewish Hanukkah, but we know that we have these events that are happening on both the true calendar and the standard calendar. Because remember, we talked about this in my last video how next year in 2014 we have lunar eclipses on the standard calendar on Passover and Sukkot, and then right after those we have a solar eclipse on the true first month and the true seventh month. So true trumpets and true Abib 1. And right before that, lunar eclipses on the standard calendar. So we have events happening on both the standard Jewish calendar and also the true calendar, which is blowing my mind. So that's November 28th. Okay, but here's the next thing. Um, okay. So hold on. I'm sorry. I'm getting which one am I going to go through first? Okay, let's go to Anna's thing. Okay, so Anna uploaded a video a couple days ago. I'll link her video below and you can check it out. She talks about how um, November 28th is exactly 69 weeks after the Abomination of Desolation that was set up August 2nd, 2012. I talk about this in my book. Um, oops. I show all the concordance. I show everything. Um, she was talking about it last year. I cite her as a source in this book. It's an extremely important, it may be the most important. Um, in fact, I personally think it is the most important piece of information that has been discovered in recent years. Um, but I wanted to make sure that it got out to as many people as possible and that it was understandable, and so that everyone can look at this and say, yes, that is what those words mean. It goes very, very deep. It goes very, very deep. And so what happened was on the 1290th day, right here, August 2nd, 2012, that was when the steel beam was placed in the One World Trade Center. I have it all in here. I also have videos on it below. Excuse me. Um, that was exactly what was described in Daniel 12:11. It says, from the time that the oath is taken until the idol of the terror is placed in the hallowed fortress will be 1290 days. So that was what happened. It was an exact fulfillment of that scripture on August 2nd, 2012. So from August 2nd, 2012, you have to forgive me, I am overwhelmed by this. From that date, if you add 69 weeks, you come to November 28th, 2013 right here. Okay, but here's the thing. Why would you add 69 weeks? Because in Daniel 9:25 it says there will be 7 and 62 Shavuots in the Hebrew language. In your King James version, it'll say weeks, but that Hebrew word is Shabua, and Shabua means Shavuot. Shabua means three different things. It can mean seven, or multiple of a singular seven, a multiple of seven, or Shavuot, which is a Jewish holiday in the springtime. So we saw the first fulfillment of that here. It was 7 plus 7 Shavuots until Obama's birth after the decree. That's Daniel 9:24. It says from the going forth of the decree. I'm sorry, it's Daniel 9:25. From the going forth of the decree until Messiah shall be 7 and 62 Shavuots. We saw that happen with Obama. 7 plus 7 years after this decree, Obama was born, and 62 Shavuots afterward, he won the Peace Prize for confirming the International Non-Proliferation Treaty. I explained that in my other videos, and I also explain it in the book. But what Anna is saying is that you can also take, well, not just her, I mean, a lot of people are saying this. You can also take that 7 and 62 7. You can also combine that and say, okay, it's saying 69 7 or 69 Shavuots, however you want to look at it. So you can combine it or you can separate it. But there is a reason why it's in there separated. Do you know what I'm saying? For those of you that know what I'm talking about, there is a reason. Because if it was just 69 weeks, then it would say 69 weeks. You know what I mean? But for some reason, it was separated. It was, okay, 7 and 62 7. So it's both separate and together. But here's the thing that's so amazing. Um, it can also be 69 and 69 weeks from this abomination of desolation that was set up, the idol of terror that was placed in the hallowed fortress 1290 days after the oath was taken. 69 weeks after that is November 28th. So again, we land right here on the first day of Hanukkah. I mean, it's blowing my mind. But that's not all. So then somebody else um, uploaded this video um is saying that the sign of Jonah happened. Okay, so you have to go watch this video. I'll link it below. Um, but I guess what Jonah, it's in Jonah 3, and the book of Jonah is super short. I mean, um, you can read it in like 5 minutes, probably not 10 minutes or something. But anyway, Jonah, basically, the story of Jonah is he was told to go to this city called Nineveh and tell them that they were going to be overthrown. Okay. Um, and Jonah was like, no, I don't want to. So he ran away and he was swallowed by the whale. He was in the whale for 3 days and then the whale spit him out. You all know the story, I'm sure. And then when he came out, it says right here in Jonah 3, this is when he came out of the whale after he was in there for 3 days. It says that, okay, the word of the Lord came into Jonah the second time, saying, arise, go to Nineveh, that great city, and preach blah, blah, blah. And Jonah arose and went into Nineveh according to the word of the Lord. Now Nineveh was an exceeding great city of 3 days' journey. And Noah began to enter into the city a day's journey, and he cried and said, yet 40 days, and Nineveh shall be overthrown. Okay, so here's what they're saying. Okay, so there's the 3 days and then the 40 days. Okay, so what this person is talking about is this they they're saying, okay, the moon was in the fish constellation for 3 days, and 40 days after that is November 28th. Okay, let me show you what they're talking about here. The word Jonah, it means um, dove. So here it is right here. It means dove. So I did a Google search for dove. Actually, it took me a long time, and then finally I came up with moon goddess dove because I was trying to figure out where are all the myths having to do with the moon. And I found this website right here. Um, and they're talking about the Illuminati, and they're saying that the that this moon goddess Venus Columbae in French actually means dove. Okay, now why does this matter? I think it matters because the Statue of Liberty is Columbae, I think. I could be wrong. Okay, I don't know this stuff very well, you guys. I'm just showing you what I found. That's it. Okay. Anyway, the moon goddess Columbae is associated with the dove. Jonah is associated with the dove. I think the Statue of Liberty is associated with Columbae, so it all kind of ties in together. Do you see what I'm saying? And New York City um, has the highest Jewish population in the world, second to Israel. So something is going on here. And also the thing having to do with the bull, them worshiping the golden calf, that also ties in with Wall Street, the golden bull on Wall Street. I mean, it's all tying in. There's some kind of message in here, and I don't know exactly what it is. I've told you what I think it sounds like to me, but I don't know exactly. But anyway, the point is this person is saying, okay, look, um, and I think this person got it from somebody else. You have to go check that video and see where it's all coming from. But um, the point is that the moon is connected to Jonah apparently because Jonah means dove, and dove is also associated with the moon goddess, which is associated with Columba, which is the Statue of Liberty. So we're talking about the moon is somehow tied into this. Okay, so the moon um, enters into the constellation Pisces on October 16th, 2013. It does that every year. Yes, I know. Um, but in 2013 this year it enters in on October 16th. So you can watch the moon go into the constellation Pisces just so you can understand what we're looking at here, this entire V right here is the constellation Pisces. So, I mean, I can try to take out the art. No, I can't do it. Won't let me. So this V that you see right here, this is Pisces. So you can watch the moon as it goes through. It goes through Pisces and it comes out on at the very, very end of the 18th. Right here, it's exiting Pisces. So you can see that the moon was in Pisces for 3 days. So it entered Pisces on the 16th and it leaves Pisces on at the end of the 18th. So 16, 17, 18. It was the moon was in Pisces for 3 days. So remember in the story of Jonah, he's in the whale for 3 days. And then when he comes out, it's yet 40 days until Nineveh shall be overthrown. That's what the story says, right? Okay. So if you can't, so this is, it's exiting right here at 2300 hours. If you go over to 2400 hours, you're on the 19th. So if you start counting on the 19th, you add 40 days from October 19th, 2013, you end up with November 28th right here. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, this is all so weird. I mean, does it have something to do with the thank offering and the gift ceasing? I don't know. I mean, some people look at that and say, yeah, that seems like a reference to Thanksgiving and Christmas. But who knows? I mean, it could also mean Passover and tribute. So when you look at your King James and it says, "In the sacrifice and the oblation shall cease," these words also mean different things. So it can also mean Passover and tribute. So we don't know what's going to happen. Nobody knows. But I mean, I have to say though, it really does seem like this is all warning about New York City. And so I just wanted to say one other thing because I was looking through this and I was trying to figure out why he does 5 circles with his hands and then he scoots through here 5 times and I'm thinking, okay, maybe it's 5 years from a certain event or something. So um so I'll just show you really quick where he starts. So he starts right here. Um, and I don't know what that's supposed to mean, but he counts 1, 2, 3. Okay, well that was the Century Theater right there. So the third year landed on the Century Theater shooting, which was the Batman shooting right here that happened on July 20th, 2012. So if that was the third year, I mean, if that's what this is showing, and I don't know, okay? But if that was the third time he swiped. So the first time he circled around 5 times, and then he swipes through here 5 times. And the third swipe lands right here on the Aurora shooting, which landed in the summer of 2012. So if that's the third year, then the fifth year would be 2014. I mean, I don't know, you guys, because I don't know who's doing this, but I find it's more than, it's not coincidence. I'll tell you that. It's definitely not coincidence. So they set up this website right here on the seventh day of True Sukkot. That was 40 days from the DC shooting. That was when the Sicily Island volcano erupted. I mean, this pattern that we've been following for a while, it's changing now into something else. So it only was fulfilled 7 times. Now it's changing into something else. And you know what? I'm glad. I'm really glad that whatever it is that's coming for New York, I'm glad it didn't happen right here because that means, okay, there's more time, there's more warnings, but now it's getting into this even more complicated pattern. And I mean, who's doing this, you guys? I don't know. I don't know, but it's not me. I'll tell you that. I don't know what's going on here. I just notice the pieces of the puzzle and I put them together and then I report it to you. But yeah, I mean, go search New York tsunami. I mean, a lot of people have had dreams and visions about that. Um, check out that guy on Sid Roth and I think a few other people. I mean, this is I don't know. I don't know. It's just really bizarre. So, um, so I guess that's pretty much it. So I'll let you guys go, and and I hope that you're doing okay, and I will talk to you later. And yeah, and just one other thing. I mean, this whole season that we're in right now, I mean, it lasts until the beginning of January, because then true Hanukkah, I'm sorry, that's standard Hanukkah right there. And then we go into true Hanukkah. So remember, like the events are happening on both the standard Jewish calendar and also the true calendar. So true Hanukkah starts right here, and the true eighth day of Hanukkah is right here on January 3rd and 4th. And then I also put day 12 in here as well, which is January 8th, just because of this other bizarre thing landing on day 12 of what would be Hanukkah. And so this watch goes all the way until January. Because remember, if the whole timeline, I mean, this is another, chart similar to the other one. This whole timeline, these chain of events that have happened exactly according to the way they were written, it ends in 2017. Like I said, we don't know that that's the final timeline. But if it is, and all of these events, these other events are going to happen as well, then the rescue would have to happen, you know, by January 2014. And that would also have to be the start of the Great Tribulation. And also the desolation of New York City would happen like sometime between now and September of 2016. So I'm not saying that is the timeline. I'm just saying if it is, then that's what we're looking at. So right now, the high watch goes all the way until January. So, um, I mean, because this is the absolute um, minimum for like, this final 70th Shavuot mentioned in Daniel 9:24. This 70th Shavuot is right here. It can't go any later than that. Um, at least on this timeline. However, like I said, if it's not, this may not be the final series of events. I mean, because there have been other series of events as well. So I'm not trying to do anything. I'm just telling you guys what is here. That's it. But we also have the this 7 year period right here starting in 2017. So anyway, I'll just let you guys go, and I hope you're doing well. Okay, bye.